I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
I made an observation just this week, actually. And it relates to if you were to order a takeaway meal, what does your delivery driver turn up in?
Oh, yes, that's a good question. A wide and varied selection of awful vehicles.
Yes.
Yes.
The reason it sprung to mind is because of potentially the most awful. Because this chap arrived at speed.
Yeah, they often do.
Arrived at speed, then removed all the speed in one go. And I was just bewildered out of the kitchen window as he arrived in foot. He had a Renault Megane with the folding hardtop.
Okay.
With the top down, so that he could portray his man bun superbly.
Oh no!
And I was just thinking, how have you got to this? But why have you bought that car? Why is this a thing?
That's weird, isn't it?
You know what? Thinking about it, it puts me in mind of a colleague of ours who, a former colleague of ours who drove a car that was entirely inappropriate for his youth.
Yes, indeed.
He was, am I right in thinking, really, really early 20s?
Yes, very early 20s, 21, 22. Yeah.
Yes, and it was a sort of metallic brown Ford C-Max?
Yes, it was. It was sort of a beige Ford C-Max. Yeah. What? Mind you, he was quite a strange boy. Yeah, completely inappropriate. Like you say, why on earth at that age would you want that?
Yeah, I mean, even if you've got no interest in cars, surely visually you just go, no, it's not good.
Well, I mean, it's quite big. Why would you have all that space?
Yeah,
At
I
that
suppose
age, you've not got a family. I mean, that was an unusual choice.
Dreadful choice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You do get that though. Sometimes you get people in cars that it doesn't match them at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird thing when that
happens.
happens.
Not good.
No.
Have you had any particular highlights come and deliver your food?
We've had some right shonky heaps, it has to be said. Quite a lot of them are from the big exhaust pipe brigade, and you can hear them coming from quite a way off.
It's a useful service. You can get the cutlery out.
Exactly, yeah. Get the time to sort the table out and straight in. Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of Golfs with enormous exhaust pipes slammed to the floor, lots of lighting and pointless things going on. Cars that are propelled down the road rather than the engine, more the bass coming from the stereo.
A little bit of percussion leading you on there.
There you go. That's it. Yes.
Yes, very good.
They come rumbling up the road. Yeah, quite a lot of that. Yeah, a lot of cars that have been pimpled to within an inch of their life. That seems very common with the takeaway delivery driver. Get quite a lot of that. Some of them you wonder how valid the MOT is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get bogged down in all this admin.
Oh, you don't want to be doing that. Yeah, it might mess up your stance, as I believe they call it.
Yes.
Yes,
that's a thing.
Yes, that is a thing. Occasionally, you'll get an older chap in some sort of MPV, but more often than not, it's a youth with the banging tunes coming out and the big exhaust pipe and lowered and LEDs everywhere and
fantastic.
A terrified looking girl in the passenger seat.
What a night out. Come with me and we'll deliver Chinese. I'm going to take you for a ride.
There you go.
Lovely.
Who knows where this could lead?
Good heavens.
Yeah, that more often than not, that is the situation that occurs on the driveway there. There was one chap a little while ago. I think he was quite new to it. I forget what he was driving. I want to say it was a small Vauxhall of some sort, possibly an Aguila. It was crap.
Oh,
Anyway, whatever it was. He'd phoned 3 times trying to find us,
oh, good heavens!
and was still clearly struggling. Anyway, eventually turned up with most of the right food, and then I still had the Tesla at that point, and he was absolutely fascinated, full of questions. Couldn't get him off the doorstep.
Oh,
It
that's quite
was,
interesting. You imagine all the other people's food he had getting cold.
oh yeah, unless we were the last one, but that seemed unlikely.
Mm.
But yeah, no, that's not a job where you want to hang around for a chat.
No, you're going to get berated when you get back to the depot.
Yeah, you are.
Always
Of
nice
course,
to have a little quiz about the Tesla, though.
we did. That was all. Always happy to talk about that. Yeah, absolutely. And you did. We got a mix of reactions from it's bloody stupid. That's never going to work, is it? To absolute fascination, and that's got to be the future, isn't it? And that it is complete poles apart.
Weird.
But yeah, always happy to talk EVs. But of course, we do know someone who does takeaway deliveries on the weekends.
Oh, we do. Of course, we do. Yes.
Ooh. Now he
And
drives quite an ordinary vehicle.
yeah, it's fine. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I think that's about it, isn't it? Really? Yeah.
It's a good car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
It'll
got
get you around.
yes, and just to put everyone out of their misery, it's a Fiesta.
It is a 55 plate Fiesta. Yes.
Yeah, it'll do. Just nothing to get
It's
excited about.
it's some car.
Yes, and I think that's how he views it.
He's one of those blokes who just isn't interested in cars at all. Couldn't care less.
No,
Forgets
shame
him
really.
about that'll do. A great shame. Yeah. But
Uh,
it's just I'd like some car. Certainly, sir, you'll want Fiesta. Yes.
well, I suppose it's a bit more invigorating than perhaps like a Hyundai i10 or something like that.
Oh,
It's
true. Yeah, true. Yeah, it
slightly
could.
more engaging, but I don't even think he cares about it being an engaging drive.
No, not at all. Not interested.
No, and having been in said vehicle, he does use it a bit like a skip as well.
Yes,
Oh dear.
it is a skip, but it does very well. He's had to have a bit of work done on it recently because it was starting to get a few issues. But
Getting a bit baggy.
getting yes, that's right, a little loose around the edges. But it does seem fine. But the vast majority of cars that deliver takeaways have been messed with in some way.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I just thought of one actually from when I was living in Swindon. I'd ordered a Domino's, and they were all delivered by moped. Which
Oh, okay. I was going to say, round here they actually have sign-written cars. Yeah.
no, this was a moped with the box on the back and all that caper.
Classic.
And the only way to describe his arrival was crashing into my fence.
That's how he stopped.
That's how he arrived. He misjudged it. It was a weird entrance to where I used to live, and he arrived in the fence. He misjudged the narrowness. He thought it was somewhere where you could take a vehicle, but actually it was the pathway to the door.
Oh God.
And aborted and got fence.
Oh no. Was it broken?
The fence was actually all right. His moped was a bit ropey afterwards. There were bits hanging off, but
No.
I had no sympathy. I just took my pizza and went back indoors.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah,
Yeah, so best of luck with that.
No,
Yeah.
this is not my fault. That fence has been there a while.
Yeah. And if you'd helped him out, your pizza would have got cold. That's no good.
Yeah, I've got no time for that.
No, leave him to it.
That was a particular highlight. I liked that. You say about cars being all farty and modified. There's one that actually leaps to mind from years and years ago, actually, when I was living near the park in Barnstable. And one of the local places that was delivering, the guy who was delivering the stuff had a pristine, like a really, what would it have been? I think it was an N plate, Impreza WRX, unmolested.
Okay, that's quite a
It,
rare thing.
yeah, quite rare. Very nicely done. It was in white as well, not your everyday
Ooh,
color. Really nice.
yeah.
No, I complimented him on it.
Seeing one of those stock standard like that is really rare.
Yes.
They've all been turned into, rally replicas.
Yeah,
To
that's the
find one
trouble.
that's just been left is really, yeah, really difficult. That's
That
cool.
that particular era of Japanese cars really difficult to get one that's been unfingered.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
you've got the Imprezas, you've got the Evos, you've got the
Yeah.
Mitsubishi FTOs, Mitsubishi GTOs or 3000s, wherever you depend on where you source them.
Yeah.
Mazda RX-7s.
Mm,
If you
yeah.
can get any of those that haven't been touched, you are
Get a
doing
stock,
very well.
get a factory stock one of those. Yeah. That's
Mm.
worth a premium. They are really hard to find.
Mm.
Yeah, respect. Anybody who's got one and has kept it standard, that's that's very cool. I like that. I like originality.
Mm.
I always try and keep things as stock as possible. I think it's nice. I think it's good.
Well, I think it's a good idea, it's particularly with those because they did specials. If you want the fancy one, get the fancy one. Don't keep
Yeah.
touching the other ones because I think I mean, the holy grail of Imprezas, I think it's probably the 22B, the real sort of special edition one,
Right.
the
Yeah.
homologation special, the two door,
Yeah.
really nice. But yeah, you're going to pay through the nose for one of those now.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the
Mm,
thing. But if you get a base one and try and turn it into one of those,
that's the thing. It's like
it's
even if
going to look like a dog's breakfast because you're not going
yeah,
to do it well. And, because Halfords just haven't got the biz. And
no,
it's
they're
going
not pro drive, are they?
to, they're not.
Deary me, no,
Was it
it's
Clarkson once said, "You've magnetized the body and driven it through a branch of Halfords."
mm,
There's all the horrible bits have stuck to it.
yes. I tell you one that really leaps to mind. That isn't. It's on the Japanese theme, but not in the sort of rally thing. It's in one of the earlier episodes of Wheeler Dealers, and Mike and Ed took it upon themselves to put all of the chrome stick-on bits on that MX-5.
Oh,
And
yeah,
just
I
just
remember that
remember
one.
watching it and going, "Please stop sticking that on it, Ed.
Please
No, don't peel off another one. Don't do it.
no, no, you're better than this. Don't
Stop."
do that. Yes, it doesn't
Oh,
need it. It's not making it better.
only to be outdone when he got his hands on that RX-7. Oh my goodness me! He had the wheels and the spoiler dipped so that it had snake skin on it.
Oh God, I remember. Oh, I'd
Oh,
forgotten about that.
it's
Oh,
like no, stop it.
that's hideous.
It really was.
That's absolutely hideous. They did have some missteps on that show.
They did.
There were a few that they didn't get right like that. Do you remember when they did the Bentley? I think it was a Mulsanne,
Yes, I do recall.
and they repainted it.
Oh, but
Um,
they picked a really modern Bentley color, didn't
yeah,
they? That
they
gunmetal
did.
grey.
They didn't change the interior, which was still the bright blue color.
Oh, it was blue. The only thing they did, wouldn't they? They put the chrome grill on it. I think from the outside, from a distance, you might get
They
away with it, but that was
put the mesh grill
bad.
in it, and they replaced the square headlights with the twin round ones
That's right. Yeah.
to try and make it look a little bit modern. But they didn't do anything with the wheels. They still had the tiny little steel wheels with the plastic hubcaps, and it still had the bright blue interior. You just think
Mm,
this is really unbalanced now. It doesn't either do all of it or do none of it. You
yes.
can't just do
Yeah.
bits because it looks like a total mishmash then. It looks like an unfinished project.
Oh dear. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember being a bit fidgety about it at the time.
Yeah. Oh, look, because they were originally going to repaint it in the original color. And then Mike decided, no, 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 we're going to go with a really modern color, which Ed was against. And it just, I mean, yes, it was better because it wasn't ruined like it was before, but it was just really unbalanced. They did a few like that.
It was yeah, not great.
No. And yet when they did the Mark One Escort Mexico, or it wasn't a Mexico, but I think he made it a Mexico lookalike, didn't he, with the different front wings and things like that. And Mike wanted to keep it. It was the other way around with that. Mike wanted to keep it the original bronze color, but Ed had it painted in yellow, and Mike hated it. And you kind of think, well, at least he's chosen an appropriate color for it. He's chosen a 70s color.
Yeah, no, yeah. There were some ones where it went awry. There's one that really grinds my gears. Where you remember they bought the Porsche 944 Turbo and decided to make it a track car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With
the orange wheels.
The orange, but that's the wheels really did it for me, because they went, right, we're going to make it a track car, strip it out, roll cage. It's going to be yep. So what they did is the wheels that came with it were really lightweight, really good wheels. So they swapped those for D90s that were painted orange, which weighed more than the ones that they took off.
Yeah.
All right, well done.
Completely missed the point. Yeah.
Naughty. Yeah. Yes. And the test track that they took it round afterwards, you can see there's definitely something wrong on the top end of that engine, because it was puffing blue smoke.
I seem to remember they didn't do much mechanically to that.
No, that's right, and I genuinely think it needed some.
They were so hell bent on turning it into a track car, they forgot to actually make it run properly.
Yeah, so just you get the feeling that you burned a bit of oil there, chaps. Probably would have addressed that. You think,
it's
good
not right.
God, what 944 turbos are going for now, and that one's really lost a lot of its value.
Yeah, no, they ruined that. There was a few that they knackered in the end. Do you remember there was a very, very early one? They did a Capri.
Oh, butchered the paint on that.
Yeah, absolutely ruined it. I mean, admittedly, they cut all the rust out of it, so, it was a more solid car, but the paint finish was horrifically bad. And as a result, they made a loss on selling it because nobody would buy it. Because it just looked awful.
No, that's...
It was flat and patchy, and it just looked... It needed a complete respray by the time they'd finished with it, even though it just had one.
That's right, yeah. I mean, like you said, that was early. That was Series 1, that was.
But it was really bad. And you remember he spent about half the show polishing it with all sorts of different things to try and desperately get some shine into it.
Nope, not going to happen.
No. Yeah, it's a great show, and I love it very much, or loved it. I haven't watched an episode since Ed left.
No, I still from time to time do.
They're coming back to the UK, I believe.
That's right. Yeah.
Might give it a try again. But they definitely cocked up a few over the years.
Yeah, there have been some. It's just the choices, really, and you can't particularly fault their work. It's just, I suppose, it's personal preference, isn't it? But
I suppose, yeah, but a few of them, I felt didn't turn out as good as they could have.
And on a childish note, I recently rewatched the DB7 episode.
No,
but
be still.
It's a good one, but I did lose it in there because Ed was doing some exhaust work, and then childish mode set in because he said flange to flange.
Oh dear!
And that was it.
You were gone, were you?
Gone. Can't hold that in. I'm not built for that sort of thing.
No, you're not.
No. I'm too childish to be able to look past a comment like that.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
You're just gone.
Absolute idiot.
Even with a car as fine as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, look, he's 12, yep.
Yeah, there it is. That car had the wrong wheels on it as well.
It did, it really did.
Yeah.
And oh my God, the constant Bond thing in that.
Oh, I know.
It wasn't even a Bond car, piss off.
No, I know. Bond never had a DB7. I know.
I mean, granted, he should have, but he didn't.
He should have, but he didn't. No, that's right. He didn't. No, well, that was in the BMW era. So
that was an oversight on someone's part. Naughty.
No DB7 for you.
I was thinking the other day, about one
Careful.
of our. It's easy.
Don't do that.
No, someone's going to get hurt.
They are.
Um, yeah, I was thinking about one of our previous topics about us agreeing entirely that eating in in our cars is a no go.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's not up
Yeah,
for question. That's just how
no.
it is. Yeah.
Uh, but I did think of a few instances where I may have been in other vehicles and done something unpleasant involving foods and such like. Um, and to be honest, I think it's my dad who really has taken the brunt of it.
Oh, poor
Um,
fella.
yeah, I mean he's quite understanding, but he does have a breaking point.
Well, as we all do.
Yes, there was one thing that leapt to mind that really it was one of those things where you think to yourself when you start laughing like a tit. You think, okay, there's no one else here, and I look insane.
Yes.
But
Sitting in a car in the corner of a car park laughing to yourself.
yeah, it's not a good look.
It's not good. No.
No. This particular thing was when. God, I think all of these anecdotes are from teenage years. But I happened to be dining on a cream egg
Oh no.
while, while sitting in his car.
No.
And as with most teenagers, the dad occupies a very specific role involving a vehicle, and that is taxi.
Yeah, it is to provide.
Yes.
Yes.
And this was another one of those instances. There was, I think there were a few of us in his vehicle, and for some reason, I'd imagine general shotgun rules applied. I'd been consigned to the back seat, even though it was my dad's car.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to stick to the rules. It'd be anarchy otherwise.
Oh yeah.
So I was sat behind him and consumed said cream egg. But while I was still finishing it off, one of the friends in the vehicle said something that made me laugh.
Oh no.
Yes.
Not with a cream egg.
Oh God.
You've got to be so careful with a cream egg.
Honestly, it escalated so quickly.
Yeah.
There was consumption of it. Then there was laughing. Then there was definite choking. And then
Did
there
it
was
come back?
It came back, but it took a different route.
Oh no.
I managed to fire half masticated cream egg out of my nose, straight between the top of the seat and the bottom of the headrest, straight into the back of my dad's head.
Oh, oh that's bad.
Brutal.
Oh, all in the hair.
He was not pleased.
Oh. Well, I mean, in some way, was it? Did the vehicle in question have a leather interior?
No, it did not.
Oh, you see, you could have ruined that headrest. At least his hair could be washed.
Well, this is true, but my goodness me, that you've not seen anger like it.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, that would be grounds for quite a severe beating. I would say.
He was. Oh, not calm.
No, I imagine not.
No, it gave everyone else in the car a big old chuckle.
Yeah, I imagine it did. Yeah.
But my goodness me, don't. I mean, just be careful when you're eating a cream egg.
Oh, they are dangerous things.
Yeah,
they are dangerous things. I imagine you were in a bit of distress there with cream egg all up the pipes.
Yes, yeah, that cream egg in the nostrils, but from the inside out was a real thing to contend with there.
Quite an experience, that I would imagine.
Yeah.
You'd have been literally inhaling the fondue.
Yeah, it was not good. I mean, by that point it had become all mushed up, so you got some chocolate in the mix, and I mean,
it's lovely.
Zero sympathy from my dad to the state I was in.
Oh, absolutely.
Just no care for me at that point.
No. I mean, what you did, to be fair, probably saved your life.
Yeah, I don't think he saw it like that.
No,
definitely ruined his day.
No, you wouldn't. No, absolutely not. No, back home, back in the shower.
Yeah, that'd sort him out. Obviously, in the process, the jumper I was wearing that had to be jettisoned. It's like, wherever we were being taken by him, I can't recall, the jumper stayed in the car.
That had it then
Yeah,
by that point, I'd
that's no
imagine.
good.
Yeah,
Can't go
yeah,
out like that.
that's no good anymore. No.
No.
Oh, you do have to be so careful with a cream egg.
Yes.
Can be a dreadful situation.
Mm.
Yeah. Even just eating one normally can be. Well, is
Oh,
there a normal way to eat a cream egg? That's the thing.
well,
Because there's methods.
there are, and it comes back to their advertising campaign, doesn't it? How to eat yours.
How do you? Of course, they did do that, didn't they?
They
Yeah,
did.
absolutely. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's
uh,
tricky. I always start off with good intentions, and it
you
goes
end up
wrong.
wearing it no matter what.
Oh, it goes wrong. It's like you give a chocolate mousse to a toddler. It's just all over the face.
Absolutely destroyed. What I
Yes.
mean, whatever they're sitting on, in, near, gone.
Oh, it's just everywhere. And that's what happens with a cream egg. You can't eat one if you're going somewhere posh or if you're in nice clothes.
No, no. To be honest, I just steer clear of them these days.
Yeah,
I
they're a rare treat for me.
mm,
I have to be at home in a room on my own
with the bib.
in with some sort of bib or at least clothes that have been used when painting the house or things like that. It's that level of messiness. You wouldn't wear your best tailored suit to paint the living room. You wouldn't wear
No,
your best tailored suit to eat a cream egg because it's going to get ruined.
it is, and it's. I mean, this is solid advice.
Oh yeah, don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
don't
No,
do
no,
that
no.
at all. But yes, I mean, obviously, in that being my teenage years, I hadn't really established the rule of don't eat in my car because I didn't have a car. So
Ah, but it
so
was
that
in a car,
it
so
definitely was in a
it's
car.
valid.
And I'd never been berated by him before about eating in the car. Mind you, I'd never fired a cream egg directly into his hair before. So
No,
swings and
you'd
roundabouts, isn't it?
you'd probably never given him reason to give that lecture. No,
No. So
he may have been in hope even that he was going to get away with it. That
maybe
it's never going to
no,
come. The boy's got respect.
no. He's
No,
sure. No. Because the things that happened after that, my God, they're just dreadful things. I mean, you know what it's like being a teenager and escorted from certain venues of an evening.
we've all been there.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, and the one that I probably got him just as angry actually was when I'd had a skinful, and it was at that. Do you remember that club that used to be in Westwood Ho, right down by the
Ooh.
golf club? I think it was called Kingsley.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Grotty little place.
Yeah, horrible. Yeah,
Horrible. So
horrible.
I fitted right in.
Yeah, just your sort of place. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. So yeah, I'd been there and managed to convince him to pick me up, and it was me and another one of my mates, and we were the worst for wear. Let's be honest.
Mm.
And
Had a couple of sherbets, had you?
definitely, and being in a vehicle in motion, not good.
Oh, bad combination.
Yep,
Mm.
not so good. And yeah, he was livid when I decided that it was definitely vomit time.
Oh.
And I didn't really announce myself. It all happened very quickly, and I managed to fire it all into the handbrake mechanism.
Oh no! Oh, you're never getting that out.
He had to
That
just dismantle that interior.
you're you're never getting rid of that. But that's one of those smells that stays there. No
Mm.
matter how hard you scrub and pressure wash and clean that,
No, that's not
even
going away.
years later, you'll get back in that car and can I smell sick?
Yeah, okay. Oh, there must still be a chunk in the ratchet there.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, no. That's written the car off in my book. That's it.
Mm.
It's finished. All done. You might as
All
well
done.
just have it crushed at that point. I don't care what it is.
Oh, he was so cross.
Yeah. To be fair, rightly so. I'd have been cross.
I mean, now if it happened to me as the driver, I'd be livid too. But
Oh, absolutely. You'd see where he was coming from. Yes.
I can tell the story nicely now, so it's
Oh,
fine.
absolutely. And it wasn't your car. So there you go.
No, no, it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's all
Uh,
good stuff.
oh, there was a lot of huffing about in the morning, dearie me.
Yeah, I imagine so. That will have taken a while to sort that out. Oh, grim. Did he make you clean it?
No,
No.
no, because it meant taking bits of the car apart, and I was not trusted at that point,
Oh, no, that's fair enough.
especially
No.
with a hangover. My God.
Oh, could have. Oh, no, that's bad, isn't it? That's bad. Oh, that's of all the places.
It's pinpoint
God.
precision, that.
Oh, that is quite accurate. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I know, it can sometimes come on quickly and you don't always have a lot of time to prepare, but
No,
oh,
that was bad,
yeah,
and
that's
my
particularly bad. Yeah.
my dad's a quiet man, but God,
I bet he
dearie
wasn't
me,
then.
no, didn't even think he knew those words.
He invented new ones for the occasion.
Oh, it can't just be me who's grim. Have you had a car-based incident where you went against your mantra of not eating in a vehicle,
Yeah, I
or at least
have.
your own?
Nothing on that scale, I have to say. But I do recall, and I actually I didn't sully the car. I managed to sully myself. A bit like your cream egg incident.
Oh
Um,
dear.
yes. It was in the X type.
Right.
Now, reasonably safe in that because full leather interior. Um,
Yes.
so, you'd have had to get quite a lot on the go for it to do a lot of damage. But it was some years ago. Myself and Matt were going to see a potential new client, a big new client. And this was our pitch. This was our first pitch to them.
Mhm.
Important meeting, both in suit and tie. But it was a meeting. It was one of those meetings that are stupidly timed, sort of middle of the afternoon, which kind of knackers the whole day. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah. Constantly
Um,
preparing for it. Yeah.
hmm. Well, we were getting a bit hungry. Um,
Oh God.
and this particular client was on an industrial estate, and there was also a garden center on this industrial estate, I recall. And at this garden center they had this caravan where you could buy food,
Hmm.
and they did this. It was like an all week Sunday roast in a box.
Oh dear.
Oh, it was lovely.
If you're not in
but
suit and tie, probably tip top.
but it was quite a cold day, and we didn't want to sit outside
No.
because of that. So we thought, oh well, we'll get one of these because they're really lovely. We'll scoff those down, and we'll be all full and content, and then we'll go to our meeting. And that seemed like a good idea at the time. So we went and got a roast in a box, complete with gravy and stuffing, everything. It's everything.
Perfect.
And we went and oh well, we're going to sit in the car because that'll be warm. But we're both suit and tie, quite bulky overcoats, and the seats in the X Type are quite large. I mean, it's a
Mm.
Jag, so quite big, comfy seats, and not a lot of room, particularly for me in front of the steering wheel. But I'd got my box balanced, and my little bendy plastic fork that they give you, which is of use to no one.
No, you can't tackle a roast dinner with that.
Oh well, I did, and yeah, there was some of it ended up in the lap.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so we went. Yeah, nothing I could do about it. I mean, I think a little bit went on the seat as well, but as I say, leather, so no issue at all. It was quite a nice grey suit, and of
Light
course,
grey, I hope.
all around, well, sort of a mid grey, all around the area that you don't like to draw attention to.
Mm.
Yeah, I ended up with a little bit of a patch there. So I had to do the whole meeting with my jacket very firmly
Oh
done
no.
up to try and
Oh
hide
dear.
the fact that it looked like I'd had an incident on the way in. Well, I had an incident on the way in, but
Not
not
that.
the one it looked like. No.
Okay, that's not good. It's not a good look.
It's a bit warm in here. Why don't you take your jacket off? No, I'm fine.
No, freezing, mate.
Yeah.
Dear.
No, it's all right. I'm cool.
Okay, having plopped that suspect stain in the area, did you win that particular client?
No.
Oh, they must have clocked it.
No, it was all for nothing.
Pervert.
No, we didn't. We did get a second and possibly even a third meeting after that, however. But no, we didn't get it in the end. But yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Oh, dear.
And that, I don't think that suit ever recovered.
Oh, they're gone, had it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think,
dear.
because it's not like I could deal with it straight away. It's not like I can rush to the kitchen and start sponging, as dodgy as that would have looked. Can I just need to pop to the little room before we start.
No, just sponge my crotch for just a moment.
Would have been even worse.
Yes.
So in that instance, actually, it wasn't the car that got affected. It was me, but it was in a car, so it's all counts.
Okay, that counts. There's one that just leapt to mind actually. It was on our morning commute route when we were working in the same place. I'd been given a new travel mug.
Right.
And I used to gauge it from where I left my house. By the time I got to our favourite Chinese in Eastern Water, that was my sort of gauge for going, my coffee will be about ready now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a decent sort of distance, isn't it? There? Yeah.
So,
I can see that, yeah.
So there I am on my journey with my new mug, and I reach for a swig because there are the because it's not particularly speedy down there. So
no 30 zone there, and often a lot slower in the mornings.
Oh, often a lot slower. So I thought I'll have a quick swig. Turns out the thermal efficiency of the new mug considerably better than the old mug.
It needed a different formula.
Yes, it did need to work that one out because I ingested what can be classed as a gulp of molten liquid, which I really ruined. That was up the windscreen, steering wheel. It was
coin a phrase that's hotter than the sun.
It really was that. It's and you know what it's like. Just
coffee all over your Volvo.
Coffee up the Volvo. The problem was my stupid brain went, I've gobbed it everywhere. It's all over the bloody windscreen, and I went for the wipers.
Of course, yeah, that'd be
absolute tit.
That'll sort it. Yeah, they make a lovely job of cleaning on the inside.
Not a brain cell in sight.
Well, not with your mouth on fire. That's fair enough.
No, I had to have a pit stop to deal with that.
Oh dear.
Many cloths.
Lucky you didn't stove it into the lamppost down there.
Oh dear. What a state to get in.
Oh dear. I seem to remember you arriving at work with a new travel mug at one point. You might have even told me that story on the morning. Well, I don't quite recall now, but
probably quite scarred. Has only gone cold drinks for that day.
Oh,
mouth on fire.
Yeah, do you want coffee? No.
Still dealing with third-degree burns of the chops.
Oh, could be worse.
It certainly could. Yeah. If that have ended up in a lap in some sort of incident, my goodness me.
Dear, that's like sneezing, isn't it? When you're driving, that can be really bad. Because I'm quite a heavy sneezer. My sneezing is quite, what's the word? Violent. I inherited that from my dad. He's you try And not the two things either happen with me. Either I try and suppress it, which again just makes you look like a lunatic.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Having some sort of seizure behind the wheel, or you just let it go, but you try not to close your eyes. You try sneezing without closing your eyes.
Good luck with that.
You just. I seem to recall Billy Connolly did a thing about this once. You go down the road looking like a crazy bugger, and he's like staring eyes, trying to sneeze.
I think I recall that. Yes, you look like a lunatic.
You do.
No, it's not a good look. And when one's coming, it's like, oh no.
No, but you can, and I often, will have a little bit of a sneezing session in the morning, get myself started for the day.
Yeah.
But it usually won't happen until I'm in the car and the sun, and
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a perfect place for it. You say about
the inside of your windscreen.
Yes, don't put the wipers on.
No.
And you say about sneezing in cars. Oh my goodness me! I witnessed one of the most precious moments. It was in Le Mans, and it was there for the classic when I was there with Ben and Tom, and my airbed had fallen victim to too much camping and had popped in the night. So we Googled it, found somewhere that did camping supplies, and just nipped over there to go and grab a fresh one.
I bet they do well during Le Mans.
I bet they do indeed. No, crafty sods. But no, all was well. All was well. We found a place and we popped the sat nav on. We all climbed in the Mustang and off we went. And it turned out to be on a big retail park.
Okay.
So we turned in there, and Ben was following the sat nav, and the instructions were less than clear at this stupid road layout.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Tom from behind him let out a volcanic sneeze. That's the only way to describe it. But made no effort to catch it.
Oh no.
And it was directly on Ben's neck. Oh my goodness me. It's unrepeatable what he said.
Oh, that's horrible.
He was just shaking with rage.
Yes.
But the problem is, those two having a domestic while I was saying, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that really helped, I bet.
The problem is, so I was in the passenger seat in the front, and I was like, I cannot get any more to the right of this vehicle to stay out of this.
Oh no.
I don't know, but I don't know why Tom thought that would be a good idea. He knew what reaction he would get. You have to make some sort of conscious effort to not do it on him, because you are going to get, chastised, berated, just verbally abused. And he did for the rest of the day. Would not. The only time he acknowledged him was to hurl more abuse.
Oh, really? He was that
so angry.
It lingered.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I could not breathe from laughing.
Yes, I'm sure. No, that won't have cooled things. No, not at all.
No, but we can look back on it fondly now.
Oh, wonderful. Did you manage to replace the airbed?
Yes. We eventually found the shop, and the bed was acquired, and I went back to having a mediocre sleep. It's just 35-degree heat in a tent. It's not going to be a wonderful sleep.
It's not going to be your tip-top night, is it? No, fair enough.
But it's all right. Much wine, coma, all done.
Oh, that's the other way to deal with it. Yeah. Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.